Hello and welcome to round 5 of Grand Prix Boston Worcester. I'm Ben Swartz, joined here in the booth by Ray Punzlon.
Hello, everybody.
And we've got a match for you. Sam Black on the right-hand side of your screen, facing off against Shnhar on the left-hand side of your screen. There you get good looks of Sam and Shnhar. And looks like Shnhar will take a quick mulligan here in round 5.
Shnhar has, within the last year, won a limited Grand Prix.
He's won 2 Grand Prix in the past 12 months. One was limited. That was Grand Prix San Diego at the end of last year, and one was constructed. That was Grand Prix Salt Lake City in, I believe, March of this year.
And Sam Black, one of the most renowned limited players around. Been streaming nonstop, especially M13. I know he's done an absurd number of drafts, so he knows this limited format in and out.
I know Sam loves those release event tournaments on Magic Online where you get to play 4 rounds of Seal Deck. For, I believe it was Innistrad block, he thought he did more than any other player. He did some outrageous number. Like, I want to say like 100 release events, and I can imagine he did something similar for M13.
It's just crazy to do that many events. And I mean, I don't see him. Does he double queue a lot? I see him playing usually. All right, so only way to do it, I guess, to do that amount. But he knows the format pretty well.
Sam Black, of course, top-aided Pro Tour Philadelphia late last year. He got top 4 of that tournament. He was playing the Poison deck that caused Blazing Shoal to become banned in Modern. Let's see if Shnhar likes the six card hand. Looks like he'll keep and lead things off with a Mountain. Unsleeved Sam Black will play a turn 1 Arbor Elf.
And Sam looks like he's going to be green, red. I don't know if there's a splash in there. His hand had a Sentinel Spiders, 1 card I caught. No turn 2 play for Shnhar.
Let's see if Sam can accelerate it into something. No, he'll just attack with the Arbor Elf.
Jumps into the red zone right away.
He'll play I cannot pronounce this card name. I'll be honest.
Chronometon. Usually I have to look at it to be able to pronounce it. But I know that one comments. At first, it wasn't I didn't appreciate it as much, but.
It's interesting you bring that up. I was at dinner with Cedric Phillips and Michael Jacob last night, and Michael Jacob asked the table an interesting question. Would you pick first pick, Murder or Chronometon? Everybody's like, Murder, how's that close? It's like, okay, would you take first pick, Vampire Nighthawk or Murder? Like, well, that's a little closer, but maybe Murder. Michael Jacobs like, I would pick Chronometon over Murder, not close, because I think Chronometon's better than Vampire Nighthawk. So, like, if you think that those two are close, then, like, you can see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Chronometon's really good, he was saying, because it fits any place along your curve. You can always, if you're short on your curve, you can always pump it, become, 3-3, 5-5 very, very quickly and be a force to be reckoned with. So, no surprise that Sam is taking advantage of it here. Shnhar really hasn't been able to mount anything. 4 turns later, hasn't cast a single spell.
Yeah, Sam passing a turn so he could ramp up his Chronometon, put his counter on the Hellion, and maybe there's even more in there.
Looks like Shahar's deciding between a Blade Tusk Boar and another Krenko.
All right, Krenko, that pumps out the goblins over there based on how many goblins you have. Looks like Shnhar was seeing if maybe I could eat a removal spell first before playing out the Krenko, but he just went for it instead.
Yeah, I mean, things get out of hand with Krenko quickly, and the fact that it's a 3-3 is not irrelevant.
See if Sam has any answer to it. 5 mana, is this a turn to slag?
Yep, turn to slag on Krenko, my boss. And Chronometon will get in for 2 damage. Dropping Shnhar down to 17.
Saying that you always had available mana, when do you stop growing your Chronometon?
3 or 5, maybe 4. It depends what the other creatures are on the board. Like, Chronometon's going to be awesome here because it can grow to a 4/4 and start blocking the Blade Tusk Boar.
No problem, yeah.
Or I guess Sam has a Blade Tusk Boar of his own. Sam Black's really come out of the gates here.
So I believe that was a public execution on Shnhar's hand. He drew for the turn.
He needs 1 more land, though, to be able to cast that 6 mana instant. Looks like he'll just cast another Blade Tusk Boar. 3-of-a-kind Blade Tusk Boar on the battlefield.
I always feel good when my public execution really destroys your opponent. When the -2/-0 matters, you destroy an awesome creature.
Mind Claw Shaman for Sam. He's going to get a look at Shahhar's hand. Perhaps cast that public execution. Or a Searing Spear. Knight of Infamy is the 3rd card in Shahhar's hand. So Sam's got to choose. Does he want to publicly execute one of the Blade Tusk Boars, or Searing Spear one of them? Which one does he not want to play against?
So
I think he's probably going to go for public execution. A, because it's a better card, and B, because it allows him to, attack in with all his guys. That's what he does. Shahhar's going to go ahead and take 6 here.
So that was a Knight of Infamy in his hand along with the Searing Spear, and Shnhar picks up a mountain.
And now Sam Plax, unless Shahhar's tapped out, is going to give up on pumping that Chronometon. Because of the Searing Spear. Shnhar mulling over his options. Didn't get a good look at what he drew, but that Mind Claw Shaman really did some work on him. Searing Spear will take out the Chronometon. Knight of Infamy will come down. Shnhar will pass the turn back, leaving the Blade Tusk Boar up to block the Blade Tusk Boar.
And still has the Crater Hellion and a Sentinel Spider in his hand. Sam is filled with gas, where Shnhar is kind of on the back pedal right now.
Yep, so Sam attacks in with the Shaman and the Boar, and Shahhar's got a block. Trade off his creatures to stay alive. But Shnhar still has to beat that Hellion, now has to beat a Sentinel Spider.
Yeah, Sam just has so much going on for him. Shnhar just...
That Mind Claw Shaman is really good. Looks like a Firewing Phoenix for Shnhar.
4/2 flyer right there.
I think I also see a Chandra's Fury in Sam's hand. That would close things out very quickly.
Yeah, Sam's going to be... Oh, he has a Centaur in his hand as well.
Centaur Courser comes down. Sam passes the turn back.
Yeah, he'll be able to ramp up his Crater Hellion at the end of turn, get more attackers on the board, close out this game rather easily.
Giant Scorpion comes down for Shnhar to give him a little defense. Sam, as you said, is going to ramp up that
Crater Hellion, right?
Hellion Crater, I believe.
Oh, Hellion Crucible. Hellion Crucible.
Yeah, it creates a Hellion token. We're getting confused with Crater Hellion, the card. I believe it's from Exodus, right?
We're getting some of the words right on that one. But it's Hellion Crucible.
So Sam's got to think about what he wants to do. He can create that hasty 4/4 Hellion creature. I believe he's got a Chandra's Fury, so he could cast that to try to get some damage in. But yeah, he's got to want to create the 4/4 here with haste. Does he want to Alpha Strike, attack with all of his creatures?
Yeah, he goes through.
Yep, that's what he does. So the best block Shnhar could make is block the 2 4/4s and take 4 to go down to 6. I mean, little does he know that Sam has got that Chandra's Fury.
There's the obvious trades made. Shnhar drops a 6.
Sam passes back. Shnhar with no cards in hand draws. Just a land. That's not what he needed to see because Sam's got him dead. Attack you for 4, put you at 2, Chandra's Fury. Let's go to game 2.
If you're Sam there, hold on Chandra's Fury. Pass the turn maybe. You know you're winning no matter what. Chandra's Fury is instant.
Yeah.
But regardless, Sam wins that. There, let's see if he makes any major changes here. Sam taking down game 1 fairly easily. If you're just joining us right now, welcome to the Grand Prix Boston coverage. In the booth is myself, Ray Punzalan, and Ben Swartz.
Hey.
It is round 5 here. Feature match with Sam Black and Shnhar. Sam taking the lead, taking out in the first game there with his red-green deck. Doesn't look like Shnhar is going to make major changes, but it definitely has a couple sideboarding choices to look over.
I see some planes on Sam Black's side. Is he going to...
Sam pulled out this, I believe it was a Naturalize. Seeing what kind
make a big change? I saw some planes in his deck. Did he add white instead of the red?
Or maybe we just missed out on something. Maybe he had planes all the time.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he's splashing white for like an Oblivion Ring or a Pacifism.
Let's try to take this peek here.
Thought I saw. Oh, Sam's trying to figure out if he wants a Farseek in his deck.
So what do you feel about Chandra's Fury? That's kind of what used to be that's a Lava Axe used to be there.
Lava Axe, yeah. I think it's a lot better than Lava Axe. A, because it's an instant, and B, because there's a lot of 1 toughness creatures in the set. Or even 2 toughness, like multiple toughness creatures. They can get blocked and then killed with Chandra's Fury. Basically, if you get a 1-for-1 with it, you're fine. Even though it's a little overpriced. The times in which you're able to just kill your opponent outright, where you don't get any of their creatures, add so much to the value that it's worth it if you can just get a 1-for-1. And anytime you get a 2-for-1 or above, it's just pure gravy, you know.
I really like the Lava Axe, having the Lava Axe before, and this is just way better.
The format's a little different, but you used to be able to draft, I believe it was an M12, these super aggressive red decks with multiple Lava Axes. Start flinging them at your opponent.
Do you like the change from Geyser from Fireball?
Fireball's too powerful.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Geyser is, while it's really good in a red deck, it's not splashable, which is a good thing. Because you used to be able to Fireball, just take one creature, or take it, and place it in any deck you want. With Volcanic Geyser, A, you can't splash it, and B, the other good thing about Fireball is you could get a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 pretty easily out of Fireball by adding multiple targets, which you cannot do with Volcanic Geyser. I mean, the fact that Volcanic Geyser is an instant, makes it...
It's a little bonus.
Yeah.
I like it not being able to get splashed. That was...
yeah, for sure. No,
whenever your opponent in other core limited formats, they drop the mountain, you're like, okay. I kind of know where this is going now. There's only so many cards that you could be splashing for.
That's one of those things about M13 that's different about previous core set limited formats. Those super powerful uncommons, Overrun and Fireball, have been replaced by a little weaker ones. For example, green has Predatory Strike.
Urge, I think it was.
Predatory Urge. Or
Predatory Rampage.
Predatory Rampage.
There you go.
A good card, but it's not Overrun. I mean, there's also Cleaver's Ride in red. There's Sleep in blue. But in Fireball, as we were just talking about, got replaced by Volcanic Geyser. It looks like play here has started. Turn 1 Duty Bound Dead for Shnhar, and an Arbor Elf to start things off for Sam Black.
Both decks with their ideal 1-drops.
Duty Bound Dead gets in for 1, dropping Sam down to 19 life. Does Shnhar have a second turn play? Looks like Searing Spear to take out the Arbor Elf. Jeez, that's aggressive. You think you do that?
I never could pull the trigger on it. Like if Sam missed the second land drop, that's when I'm more inclined to do it. But it's harder for me to pull the trigger on that.
It's a little different. Those mana elves, they're in a little different position than compared to Constructed, where you really almost always need to kill them in Constructed because they power these unbeatable draws. But in Limited, do you want to use your removal spell, your powerful removal spell, on his 1-drop or his 4-drop? It looks like Shnhar thought that maybe he could get a free win here by keeping Sam off lands, but wow. Flames of the Firebrand to take out both of Shnhar's creatures from Sam Black.
Pretty nice 2-for-1 right there. Shnhar has a follow-up.
Furnace Whelp.
A 2/2 flyer, pumps for 1 red, or +1/+0.
Blade Tusk Boar for Sam. We saw last game 3 Blade Tusk Boars on the table.
Yeah, Shnhar's sitting on his public execution again.
Let's hope Mindclaw Shaman doesn't take it out of there again. Yep, Furnace Whelp will get in for 5. Fire breathing 3 times on Sam Black. Sam Black plays his 5th land, serves in for 4, dropping Shnhar to 15. Let's see if he's got a follow-up play.
Is it? Oh, Acidic Slime.
Jeez.
Takes out a mountain. We'll slow down that Furnace Whelp a little bit.
I mean, it'll also keep Shnhar off the 6th land that he needed for public execution. mean, Shnhar still has Sam Black on a 3-turn clock. If he gets in with Furnace Whelp and pumps twice, both times, for 3 turns, Sam Black's done for. Sam's still sitting at 8 life, or now sitting at 8 life.
I believe it's a Searing Spear that Sam just drew.
That will be good against Furnace Whelp. He'll be able to get Shnhar trapped into paying 2 mana for no effect. I mean, you might see a quick match here for Sam Black. Sam gets in for 6. Shnhar's at 9. Plays Chronometon post-combat with that Searing Spear in hand. Let's see what Shnhar does. Will he fall for the bait?
Yeah, Shnhar can't be expecting it too much. He's been attacking pretty freely there.
I mean, you might want to put the brakes on attacking. No. And Sam Black does not cast the Searing Spear. I was going to say Sam Black has him. I think he wants to put a counter on the Hellion.
Or he could just kill Shnhar next turn with the Searing Spear if he didn't have a follow-up like Shnhar did here.
Sure. But it's really, you're put in a tough spot if Shnhar does have a follow-up, like Cower and Fear.
So you're going to take 4 damage instead of the amount how much was that coming in? It was 7 damage coming through.
Turn to Slag will take out the Furnace Whelp, so Sam Black's not instantly dead, but Sam Black does have the Searing Spear in hand.
Here's Goblin Arsonist. Shnhar has 2 public executions in his hand.
Chandra's Fury. Is that game? Does Sam Black win with Chandra's Fury? And yes, he does. Sam Black wins the match 2-0 here at round 5 of Grand Prix Boston Worcester. What a fast match.
Yeah, Acidic Slime just took away the land that Shnhar really needed.
Yeah. Get
those public executions going, and Sam easily took down that game.
And in both games, Sam used Chandra's Fury to victory. Not for its, deal